Hi, Sue here from Mystic Matters. Thank you very much for joining me. If you've been drawn to this particular video, then this is what you need to know. I use the Mythic Tarot and they're based on Greek mythology. Okay, all right, we're starting off here with new projects. This can also be a pregnancy, so some of you might find that you're about to become a parent. There's that element to it, but also it can be about new projects, new businesses, something where it is your baby in a sense, which needs to be nurtured and grown and looked after in order for it to expand. And that project is going to be very successful. This is a card of achievement. This is, again, it's either building family or to do with business, but you're going to achieve something that will survive you, that will kind of expand in a way. What you need to do, though, is make sure that you're very clear with the people around you, because this is a card of kind of resentments rising to the surface, and then it's like everything, bubbling up, and then like the boil bursts, and then the body can heal from there. But in the meantime, the resentments, anger, etc., kind of comes to surface, and it's not very pleasant. Can be the ending of friendships if you're not careful. So if there's anything in your life currently that you're aware of when you have been less than clear about your position on something, or you're hoping that if you ignore things they're going to go away, ultimately they probably won't. So this is just a kind of a word of caution, and say if there's things that you need to say that aren't clear, it's time for you to come out and talk about them, because otherwise it could blow up in your face. If you're not clear, people don't know where you stand. It's also starting of new ideas, and you need to be quite determined to go this route, because you're wanting to go off, maybe learn something new, do something new, and there could be people kind of getting in your way or putting obstacles in your path. So it's a good idea to kind of get people on side, tell them this is something that's important to you, so that they're not going to try and kind of, as I said, hold you back. That also is emphasized by the Emperor, which is a major arcana card. You've already had the Empress, which is new projects, but this is about being very clear what direction you want to go in, and and be clear with the people around you, but also make sure you've thought it all out, so you haven't missed anything glaring that people say, well, you haven't prepared well enough. So make sure that you're absolutely clear what your direction is, and then walk your talk. And you can say to people, look, this is the direction I'm going in. If you want to walk with me and want to share my journey, please do. It'd be lovely to have the company, but don't get in my way, because I'm going there anyway. So this is really duplicating, but more powerfully, the card before, saying it's important that you don't let people take you off course, distract you when there's things you need to do. Also, this is coming up a bit again, like being stuck between a rock and a hard place, because you haven't been clear about your position on things, or there's something that's happened in your life, and now whichever way you turn, somebody's going to get upset. So there does seem that maybe, as I said, you haven't been really upfront and honest about certain things in your life, because you think maybe the person can't take it, or it's just an easier way to go. But ultimately, my advice is, if there's any area where you feel there's tension, or there's kind of there's kind of bad feeling between people, if you can address it, because you could be saving yourself a lot of trouble. This is card of things going out of your life. Now, I see this as a kind of housekeeping card, but it's when you've outgrown situations, relationships, people in your life, and the universe takes away the things that are no longer for you. So this can be very chaotic, and it can be painful if you hold on too tightly, because it's only the things that are not look for you for the future that go. But sometimes there's things that are past their sell-by date, but we're reluctant to let go of. This can be friendships, it can be relationships, and it can also be jobs, lots of different situations. But this is a card saying that things are going to be cleared out of your life, in order to leave room for new things to come. And here we have new things coming, new projects, loving yourself a bit more, maybe a kind of renewed feeling within current relationships as well. It kind of, they get a new lease of life. But this is about love, it's about starting new things. And again, going back to the first card, it's like having a baby which needs to be nurtured, because it's still in its youth, it's still in its infancy. So really, you've got a lot of achievement here with new projects, so go for that. But you do have to be absolutely clear with the people around you. Don't neglect telling people because you think, oh well, if I tell them that, then they might not be happy, and let's avoid that situation. This is not a time for avoiding maybe unpleasant things or unpleasant truths. It is a time to really face them squarely, and so nobody has any illusions to how you stand or where you stand on certain matters, because you need people to be there to support you. You need to know where you're going. You need to, and if people don't feel they can trust you to tell you the truth, however unpalatable it might be, then there'll be an erosion of trust and people getting really upset. Say, well, why didn't you tell us that? You know, we'd have done something differently, or you know, you didn't give us the opportunity to show that you can trust us with this. There's lots of different scenarios, but be honest and upfront, and work from integrity with people. Give them all the information they need to make their own decisions, because otherwise it's going to come back and bite you, and you could end up losing friendships. You can end up losing quite a lot if you don't pay attention. But there is also the possibility of starting again, but you've started once. It'd be a shame if you shoot yourself in the foot because you haven't been completely clear with the people that are around you. But there will be new things starting again, but not as maturely. It's like beginning really again from the start. So tell people what they need to know. Be upfront and honest, even if you think you might lose from it. Just walk your talk, and then things will work out a lot better, with less confrontation and with less stress. Anyway, I hope that's been of help, and maybe see you again sometime. Thanks for joining me. Bye.